In the Central Indian Himalayas, the steep valleys of the Kumaon region operate on a knife's edge. Without constant structural protection, these plunging slopes are highly vulnerable to catastrophic soil erosion and total aquifer depletion. By the late 1980s, that exact collapse was underway. Commercial timber operations systematically cleared massive tracts of the region's ancient canopy, stripping the mountains of their natural defense mechanisms. The government intervened in 1988, establishing the Binsar Wildlife Sanctuary. This mandate was remarkably targeted. Its primary goal was to halt the eradication of a single crucial tree species, the broadleaf oak. Spanning exactly 47 square kilometers, Binsar functions as a massive geographical engine. It actively captures and regulates the localized climate across the entire Middle Himalayan range. If the broadleaf oaks were lost, the valleys below would lose their water supply entirely. Securing this specific tree canopy was the absolute prerequisite for maintaining the region's hydrological stability. The architecture of this climate machine starts with a massive structural spine. The sanctuary is dominated by the towering Jhandi Dhar mountain ridge, a geological barrier that dictates the area's weather patterns. As moisture-laden monsoon winds move up from the Indian plains, they crash directly into this ridge. The air is forced violently upward, where it rapidly cools and drops heavy precipitation, a process known as orographic lifting. This constant barrage of condensed rain creates a dense, highly humid cloud forest microclimate on the mountain's windward slopes. Once that heavy rainfall hits the ground, the broadleaf oaks take over. Their subterranean root systems are complex, extending deep into the earth. These deep roots act as enormous sponges. During downpours, they lock topsoil in place and absorb immense volumes of water, preventing destructive runoff. This water is metered out slowly over dry seasons, regenerating aquifers and feeding natural mountain springs. The physical elevation of the mountain ridge forces the sky to drop its rain, but the deep root systems of the oaks ensure the mountain itself survives the deluge. This dense, moisture-heavy canopy, combined with strict restrictions on vehicular movement, creates a physical acoustic dampener. The ambient noise level deep within the forest trails frequently drops to an astonishing 20 decibels. Thriving within this quiet, humid understory is a highly stratified ecosystem. Thick carpets of specialized moss and endemic ferns cling to the rocks, while heavy groves of rhododendrons produce spectacular ruby-red blooms every spring. The oak forest relies on local avifauna to maintain density. The Eurasian jay, an active corvid, operates as a primary dispersal agent by burying heavy oak acorns across the forest floor, constantly regenerating the canopy. A stable, perfectly engineered microclimate loaded with fresh water is incredibly rare in the Kumaon Hills. It has drawn human habitation to these ridges for millennia. In the 16th century, the ruling Chand Dynasty built the magnificent Bineshwar Mahadev temple here. They strategically positioned the stone structure directly atop a massive rock formation that houses one of the powerful freshwater springs fed by those deep oak roots. By the mid-19th century, Commissioner Sir Henry Ramsay recognized the pristine value of this environment, establishing exclusive, privately owned heritage estates like the Grand Oak Manor deep within the wilderness. From the medieval stone temples to the restored British manors, every layer of human history on this ridge was made possible entirely by the hydrological stability provided by the forest. Because the 1988 intervention succeeded in freezing commercial logging, the ecological cycles of Binsar remain highly active today. Visitors must navigate intense, entirely intact microseasons. The heavy monsoon from July to September turns the steep dirt tracks into slick, slippage-prone obstacles. Cloud cover reduces visibility to a few meters, and the exploding biodiversity means trekkers need specialized gear simply to navigate forest floors dominated by leeches. The environment flips entirely during the winter window from October to March. With the atmosphere thoroughly scrubbed of post-monsoon dust, visitors looking out from 0 point get razor-sharp, unobstructed 300-kilometer views of the greater Himalayas. The plummeting winter temperatures also alter animal behavior. Mammals, including the elusive Himalayan leopard, are forced into lower altitudes to forage, making them far easier to track against the stark, silent snowscapes. When the sun goes down, the strict off-grid regulations reveal another layer of preservation. An almost total lack of localized light pollution grants the sanctuary a rare Class 2 dark sky rating, opening up pristine windows for astronomical observation. Today, Binsar operates as a highly effective model for modern conservation. It maintains rigorous, uncompromising ecological restrictions while cleanly integrating local Kumaoni communities into a sustainable, off-grid ecotourism economy. The panoramic mountain peaks and the unpolluted night skies remain perfectly visible today because of one continuous geographical reality: an unbroken alliance between a towering mountain ridge and the subterranean root systems of the broadleaf oak.